You feel it every day. The sense that you are in control, that you decide what to think, what to choose, and who to become. You chose to click this video. You chose to keep watching. Or did you? What if that feeling of control is just an illusion? What if your choices are made before you're even aware of them? This idea is called the illusion of free will. And once you understand it, you may never see your decisions the same way again. So, how does free will work? Well, let's start with what we think free will is. Most of us believe free will means this: at any moment, we could have chosen differently. That our thoughts and actions originate from a conscious self that is fully in charge. But neuroscience tells a different story. In multiple experiments, scientists measured brain activity just before people made simple decisions, like pressing a button or choosing between options. What they found was unsettling. The brain showed clear signs of decision-making seconds before the person became consciously aware of making a choice. In other words, your brain decides first. You find out later. So if your brain makes the decision before you do, where does free will fit in? Think about this. Why do you like the music you like? Why do certain foods feel comforting? Why do some ideas feel right and others wrong? You didn't choose your genetics. You didn't choose your childhood. You didn't choose the culture, language, or experiences that shaped how you think. Yet all of these factors influence every decision you make. Your brain is constantly processing information, memories, emotions, instincts, habits, far below your conscious awareness. By the time a thought reaches your consciousness, it has already been filtered, shaped, and prepared. The feeling of "I chose this" may simply be your brain narrating a decision that has already happened. So, does that mean free will doesn't exist? Not exactly. This is where it gets interesting. You may not control where thoughts come from, but you can influence what happens next. You can reflect. You can pause. You can resist impulses. Free will may not be about absolute freedom, but about degrees of control. Imagine free will not as a switch, but as a spectrum. At one end, pure instinct and reaction. At the other, awareness, reflection, and self-control. The more aware you are of your thoughts, the more freedom you gain. This is why habits are powerful, why emotions can hijack decisions, and why mindfulness changes behavior. The illusion isn't that we have no control. It's that we believe we have complete control. And that belief shapes how we judge others. If free will is limited, then blame, punishment, and praise become more complicated. It doesn't mean actions don't have consequences, but it does mean people are shaped more than they are self-created. Understanding this can lead to something unexpected. Not helplessness, but compassion toward others and toward yourself. Because if your mind is not entirely under your control, then failure isn't always weakness, and success isn't always virtue. So the next time you make a choice, ask yourself, did I choose this? Or did this choice emerge from who I already am? And if that's true, who is the you making the decision? Maybe free will isn't about being unconstrained. Maybe it's about becoming more aware of the forces that move you. Because the more you understand your mind, the more freedom you might actually have. If you like this video, you could make a choice and like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Peace out.